griffins and mermaids and unicorns are all fictional beings, right? Well, think again. If we go back in history, it seems like these creatures might have actually once roamed the earth, and that they were in contact with the ancient Egyptians and the Greeks. So let's dive right on into this list and look at the top 10 mysterious beings that might have visited Earth. Hey everyone, what's up? And welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan, and why don't you smash that like button if you like videos like this? I don't know. That being said, let's get on with the video. Starting off this countdown, we have the lizard people. There are a number of people out there that believe these shape-shifting reptilian alien-type creatures control Earth. So theory goes that these reptiles can transform themselves to look like humans, and then they try to gain political power to eventually control the human race. In fact, Mark Zuckerberg is among the many famous people said to be lizard people. So a number of books from back in the day talk about these weird lizard people. Author Robert E. Howard wrote about serpent men in his story The Shadow Kingdom. He described them as creatures with human bodies but snake heads that were easily able to imitate humans. Then in the 1940s, a man named Maurice Dorel wrote a pamphlet that also talked about these creatures. Then in 1967, somebody claimed to have been abducted by one. Police officer Herbert Schirmer said that he was taken aboard a UFO craft by these humanoid reptilian-looking entities. Now, everyone dismissed this though, saying that it was just a hoax. But what if it wasn't? Coming in at number 9, we have the basilisk. I don't know about you, but whenever I hear the basilisk, I think of the snake from the second Harry Potter movie. Smash that like button if you're a Harry Potter fan like me. Anyways, the basilisk might have once existed. First off, the story of the basilisk goes back to ancient Greece. The tales talked about people fearing basilisk attacks. Eventually, it led to Leonardo da Vinci, Shakespeare, and Charles Dickens, among others, writing about these big beasts. Now, it may just be that these creatures were inspired by or were related to the titanoboa. The titanoboa was 50 feet long and weighed around 2,500 pounds. In fact, they are referred to as one of the biggest and baddest predators on Earth. They were known as crushing machines because they could just wrap around people and crush them with ease. So maybe that's how the story of the basilisk came to be. Moving on at number 8, we have the phoenix. Like a phoenix. If you guys know what song that is, let me know in the comments below. The phoenix is a giant fiery bird that dates back to ancient Greek folklore. It's said that it can live for hundreds of years before dying and being reborn again. Of course, this bird dates back to ancient Egyptian times as well. They told the tale about Bennu, the bird god, who was a familiar of Ra. Bennu was the symbol of the sun, creation, and rebirth. In fact, scholars believe that Bennu was the original inspiration for the phoenix legends that later developed in Greek mythology. Now, it's not unusual for the Egyptians to take inspiration off of things around them. So maybe back then they were visited by great big red birds and created a story based off of them. On top of that, there are a number of spiritual individuals that believe that phoenixes are real and help with rebirth/reincarnation. Once you die, you'll be greeted by this fiery bird who will help you start a new life. In our 7th spot today, we have the aliens. Of course they had to be on this list. Over the years, there have been millions of alleged alien and UFO sightings all over the world. Some believe that aliens have come down to Earth a number of times. Others believe that aliens are currently living among us. For starters, it's believed that the ancient Egyptians were visited by aliens. If you look at a number of ancient Egyptian drawings, they drew what appears to be flying discs in the sky and beings that look quite alien-like. They're not the only ones though. A number of other ancient drawings of aliens have been found all over the world, like the barrier cannon pictographs that depict weird tall figures with big alien-like eyes. And you got stories of aliens that go back hundreds of years ago, like a UFO legend from 1800s Japan. According to the story, the craft was an object made from steel and glass and big enough for a small human to hide inside. I could go on and on, but it seems like aliens might have visited Earth years ago and may potentially still be here. Moving on, at number 6, we have the griffins. This is another mysterious beast that has been recorded multiple times throughout history. So griffins are said to have the body of a feline but the head of a falcon on a short neck. Sometimes they are depicted with wings and can fly, other times they are wingless. Some of the earliest recordings of the griffin go back to both ancient Iranian and ancient Egyptian texts. They both have eerily similar depictions of this beast. So some believe that maybe the beast was real, and over time it evolved to look different, like it lost its wings and became a lion, or its body evolved and became a falcon, or the entire species was just wiped out altogether. Who really knows? We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the devil. There have been a number of times that the devil has apparently visited Earth. What's scary is that he can take the shape of different beings and forms. In the Bible, it talks about how he took the form as a serpent when he came to Adam and Eve. In 2 Corinthians, sometimes he masquerades as an angel of light in order to try to deceive us. And in 1 Peter, Peter compared him to a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Now, has the devil actually come to Earth? Many believe yes. Let's take a look at the story of Malachi Martin. He was a priest that performed a number of exorcisms. One exorcism was performed on a psychology professor, Carl V. Carl became possessed after reenacting a ritual he saw himself perform in a dream. So it's believed that the devil came to him in this dream to convince him to perform this ritual. And when he did do it, the devil possessed him. Martin said that Carl changed physically when he became possessed. His eyes specifically looked evil, and his face shape changed as well. Martin said, and I quote, "I have smelt the breath of Satan and heard the demon's voice. Cold, scratchy, dead voices carrying messages of hatred." Of course, this is only one story. There are a number of other people that have claimed to have encountered the devil or even have been attacked by him. Moving on to number 4, we have the unicorns. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Unicorns? We believed in those as kids. There's no way that they're actually real. Well, think again. Over the years, a number of different stories talk about unicorns. First, we got the Middle Ages. In the Middle Ages, they were described as, and I quote, "a 4-footed beast that has a single horn on its forehead. It is very strong and pierces anything it attacks. It fights with elephants and kills them by wounding them in the belly." In ancient Greek, they believed in a beast with a long horn as well, but said that they lived in India. Now, here's the thing. Unicorns might actually exist, but they aren't as majestic looking as we pictured. The creature is called the Siberian unicorn. This unicorn is on the heavier side and is covered in shaggy brown hair. It appears to resemble a rhino more than a horse, but it does have a single large horn on its head like a unicorn. And recently a skull was found in Kazakhstan, revealing that this creature was alive about 29,000 years ago. And this creature may just be how the legend of the unicorn came to life. In our 3rd spot today, we have the sirens. Sirens are these mythological creatures with beautiful voices that call out to men. They will try to lure men to them, and when they do, they'll pull them into the water and trap them and kill them. Just within the past century, men in Egypt claim to have heard a voice calling them by name as they walk the banks of the Nile. Isn't that freaky? Not only that, but back in the day, sailors would report seeing half fish, half human creatures. There's even stories of men claiming to hear eerie singing coming from the sea with nothing in sight. In fact, a number of sailor drownings have been blamed on sirens. In reality, more than 80% of the ocean is unexplored. Chances are there is some sort of creature down there that would fall under the category of a mermaid, but they probably don't look as beautiful as we pictured. You know, they probably look terrifying. I mean, I'm fine with mermaids, they're chill, but sirens? No, they have malicious intentions. Coming in at number 2, we have the cyborgs. Now, this one, it's a little weird, I'm not gonna lie, but theory goes that the Egyptian god Osiris was not from this world, but was a cyborg visitor. Okay, let me explain before you judge me, okay? So according to ancient Egyptian texts, Osiris was killed by his jealous brother, Seth, who tore his body into 14 pieces. Then somehow, Osiris's wife ended up collecting all his 14 body parts and putting them back together and resurrecting them. But after his resurrection, he wasn't depicted as the same as before. Instead, he kind of looked like a pillar or a modern-day Tesla coil. Basically, he just looked like a big machine. This has led ancient astronaut theorists to believe that Osiris was never human, but he was some cyborg alien humanoid thing, and that's why his wife was easily able to put him back together, because his body was made of machinery. It's a wild theory, I know, but here it is. I'm presenting it to you. Do what you want with it. And in our number one spot today, we have the Jersey Devil. This is a cryptid that is said to haunt New Jersey. The Jersey Devil is said to be a creature with bat-like wings, a horse's head, and long claws, whereas others have described it as looking like a kangaroo with wings. There have been reported sightings of this creature as early as the 1820s. Then in 1909, there was an influx of sightings all across New Jersey. In fact, due to all these sightings, workers were advised to stay home and schools were closed. Just saying that if they thought that this creature was fake, none of this would have happened. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below which one of these creatures you found the creepiest. And now, speaking of comments, let's move on to our comment shout-out portion. I'll be shouting out comments from the video, Top 10 Terrifying Signals from Space That Should Have Been Kept a Secret, Part 4. The Rogue Karma commented, Canadians trying to speak Hawaiian is adorable. And it was pronounced Omua. I probably somehow managed to butcher that again. Honestly, when I don't know the pronunciation of a word, I go on Google and I type it in how to pronounce, and then the pronunciation comes up, and then all of you guys are like, oh, it's wrong. So don't blame me, blame Google. Like, Google needs to update it, because they're the ones teaching everyone, and they're teaching everyone wrong, so don't come after me. Tyrese Kills 56 commented, Lindsay, aliens. Me? Stop, please. I'm never gonna stop with the aliens. Okay, I'm never gonna stop. And this same person commented, over our house there is a moving star. It looks like a drone scanning our house. Lindsay, help me. Bro, what am I gonna do? I can't do anything. Like, I'm just an actor, okay? I can't do anything. I'm sorry. Hopefully you're okay. Yikes. Alright guys, that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see ya.